Hello, my name is Julian Lopez, and today I'll be giving a quick presentation on Final Exam Part 2 for CM 170. Uh, We were tasked to do a change order time impact analysis information from questions 22 to 25. Now, if we look here on the right side, there's change order activities. Here's a task name. We have a total of eight, about eight tasks, if I'm reading this correctly or counting them correctly. We have the duration of the days, and we have the processors that we will be tying into the task, and so on. For example, let's say a form reflection pool, that being its processor excavating reflection pool, in which you could see that was the change order that we had to add previously. Now, if we go on here, we can see that these are what are the activities I had listed, and I put them down exactly as listed, and then I tied them right here. There's a processor column, which you can see, which let's say form reflection pool being that being row 58 being its processor before, and so on. Now, if we go on to the questions, it says, what is the new finished state of the project? Now, in order to find that, we would go back to my updated sheet, and we would go to the closeout, which would be the last day of the project, in which I got 4/2/21, and that was my initial answer. Now, from question 23 to question 25, I didn't have the opportunity to answer them as I was working on the sheet, and then as soon as I was going to go right back to answer them, I just ran out of time. But I did put the star of what would be my answer, and I believe it would be right. Is if we go to question 23, it says, what is the end date of the cured concrete for the reflection pool activity? Now we would go here is row 63, cured concrete for reflection pool. We have a total duration of 96 hours, and the end of this task would be 3/19/2021. And here that would be my answer, in which I should have got correct. Now question 24, what is the end date of the change order? Now, in order to find this, we would go to the change order that includes the task, starting with landscaping and finishing with the closeout, I believe. Or no, finishing with the paving, not the landscaping. So that would be, so my answer would be 3/23/2021. As we can see here, once the completion and once paving is done, we would get 3/20/23/21, in which that would initially be my answer. And now for question 25, it says, what is the total duration of the change order? Now this I was quite uncertain, but the change order starts with the landscaping, which begins on March 24 on 2021 and ends with the closeout on April 2nd of 2021, I believe. And counting the work days between these dates should give a total duration of 8 days. But again, I'm quite unsure if I did that right. But yeah, I mean, besides that, from questions 22 from 2020, questions 22 through questions 24, that would be my initial answer, and how I found these, how I came to conclusion to these answers, and all due to these to my schedule. But yeah, thank you for listening to my presentation. I hope I sounded pretty confident about it and gave some clarification on how I came to conclusion with my answers. But other than that, thank you for listening, and it was a pleasure.